Okay, welcome everybody to another Monday Junday. Going to be running a little bit different through today. Going to be running some Indomitable creativity. This list did really well in one of the recent Super Qualifiers, I think making top 8 in the hands of MTG pilot Elfu. And yeah, I've played quite a bit of creativity in the past, really like the deck. And yeah, this list looks sweet. So I hope the hardcore Jund mid-range fans will forgive my foray into another non-Jund mid-range deck for Monday Junday. But rest assured, next week we will be back with some Tarmogoyf action. So if people haven't seen the deck before, the idea is to get out a creature without, actually playing a creature card, so or an artifact. So we run 4 copies of Dwarven Mine, which is a mountain that, if it enters untapped, which it does if you control 3 other mountains, it makes a dwarf. We run Fable Mirror Raker, which can makes tokens and becomes a creature itself. Paw Patch Formation makes an artifact. And then we want to either Transmogrify or Indomitable Creativity these into, and this says that you reveal cards from the top of your library and then put that until you get a creature card and put that into play for each creature to destroy with creativity. And we only run 4 creatures, Archon of Cruelty, so just attempting to put an Archon of Cruelty onto the battlefield as quickly as possible. And we're backing that up with a lot of efficient removal, Fatal Push, Lightning Bolt, things like that. We are also running the 4 Faithless Looting for Persist package, another way to get an early Archon of Cruelty as early as turn 2. So yeah, sideboard, pretty standard, lots of Graveyard Hate, some Sweepers, and then some extra sort of situational cards, Veil of Summer, Abrupt Decay, Damping Sphere. Then we do have 2 different creatures. We have Iona and Terastodon. These come in where we expect either they're really, really good, as in they just win the game by themselves, or we expect the opponent to bring in Surgical Extraction or things like that of that nature against us. So we still have something to creativity into if they get rid of our Archons. So yeah, we'll move into round number 1. Just take this opportunity to plug my Manatraders partnership as usual. If you are interested in Modo, I do highly recommend Manatraders, and you can find a code and link in the description below, good for 40% back on your 3rd month of subscription. So yeah, let's get into round number 1. Right, round number 1 here, going to play first. Yeah, we'll try this. We've got looting, discarding 2 Archons, hopefully find a Persist. Got removal as well. It's going to get a Blood Crypt here, I think. See what the opponent's on. They mull to 6. Yeah, want to, obviously Persist is the best draw. Do need a couple more lands as well. We are a Ren and 6 deck. Right, yep, so just begin the plan. Blood Crypt. Yep. And looting. Okay, so we obviously been both Archons past the turn. Depending on what the opponent does, I might dig again with looting here. Just looking for Persist. That is if we don't need to bolt anything. Hedge Maze. So this is possibly... Yep, it's Neoform. Okay, Thoughtseize is great. So let's go Thoughtseize you. So they have 2 riders. So we can't take a rider, so I'm just going to take the Eldritch Evolution. Could take Generous Ent to try and stop them getting the mana, but land looting again. Bitter Triumph. I think it's just discarding bolts. I don't think the game is going to be won and lost with bolts. Bitter Triumph, if they go for the combo, that they can evolution into Galta, and then they can give it first strike and haste. No, haste, and it already has trample. Give it haste with Xenagos and plus what, 12? Plus 12? Okay, they put a pact into the graveyard. Beseiju. Bit awkward with this Dwarven Mine. We could. I think I'm just gonna looting first. Okay, we do find a persist, which I'm just gonna go for now. So discard 1, 2. Let's go and grab a mountain. We've seen a lot of cards, but to find a persist. We know all but one of the opponent's cards. Oh, main deck Veil of Summer. Okay, we get got by that. So Archon is a triggered ability. So nothing we can do there. Found a Misty. Hopefully they haven't found Neoform or Eldritch Evolution. Another hedge maze. They are on a lot of hedge mazes. Okay, Mandrills hits the bin. Okay, another mine. So let's just attack first. See what we draw. And we're probably looting, looking for another Thoughtseize. They discard their Ent. So I'm going to go mine here, so I can hold up black mana. Okay, we do find a persist. I think I'm just getting rid of the land. I think this is lethal next turn. Because we go 8, 9 plus the persist. Okay. So, what do we could bring in Iona instead of Archon, naming green. I think that's good. Trim 1 Archon. We could consider Terracodon, but oh, Iona is bad with the persist plan though. And is this too slow? Poor Patch. We definitely don't want the pushes. We might want Veil of Summer. Could be Damping Sphere. Maybe we just bring that in as well. Like, I'm not sold on, definitely not sold on bolts. They do run things like Consign, but Veil of Summer can't deal with Consign anyway. They run Pact of Negation. Not too enamoured by our sideboard options here. Abrupt Decay is okay if they're on the Birthing Ritual plan. I think I'll just bring in a Veil of Summer. Maybe a Damping Sphere. I'll try that. Okay, Thoughtseize, looting, and yeah, this sounds good. See what they lead on. If it's just a fetch land, I probably will just... Well, are we just thought seizing here? I think so. I don't think we're going to play too scared of Veil of Summer. If they have it, they have it. They don't have it. They do have 2 Allosaurus Riders again. So I'm just going to take the evolution. This turn I'll probably go looting. I think that's a better option than Damping Sphere. Depends a little bit what the opponent does. Cycle an Ent. See what they do with this Hedge Maze. If they put one on top, they don't. So I guess Damping Sphere is not great here, because if they've drawn Neoform, they can still do the thing. Ooh, now they've drawn Persist, it's definitely looting time. See if we can find a Thoughtseize. No Thoughtseize, but we'll discard Archon. Probably just Fable. Play a land and pass. Next turn we can just persist. Do need another land in order to creativity. They could Summoner's Pact. Let's grab Commercial District here. They could Summoner's Pact for Endurance. I think I'm actually going to top that one. Let's persist now. So I'm not playing this first, because if we draw like Thoughtseize, I'm going to want to play it. Okay, Archon enters the field. They could consign the trigger. No, they just go to discard. Okay, we draw another Persist. So let's just go Theatre. Ditch a Fable. And then next turn, we're just going to try and Creativity. Well, we'll attack first and then try and Creativity. Yeah, trigger. Discards Rennie. So we know they've got Pact, Allosaurus Rider, Allosaurus Rider. I guess we could hit Iona, but that's fine here. If we hit Iona, we just name green and they probably can't do anything. I don't think they run much removal. Okay, here's another Archon. Pass the turn, the opponent has 1 turn. They've got 2 riders, which they need green card Neoform or green card Eldritch Evolution. But there's not even that much they can put in, I don't think. They put in I guess like an Atraxa, but it doesn't have haste and Archons just deal with it. Yeah, so good win there. I think that matchup's probably good for us. We just run you know, load of thought seizures and quite a quick clock. So yeah, happy with that. Move on to round 2. Right, round number 2. Like to play first. This hand's okay. It really needs a threat. I think we can keep it and try and surveil ourselves into a creativity. Let's lead off with a Blood Crypt and a Thought Seize. Utopia Sprawl and Overlord. I'm just taking the Overlord here. Then we'll just start surveilling. Obviously going to be digging for... Okay, so Catacombs into Utopia Sprawl for black. Okay, Transmogrify is really good. That's essentially just creativity number 5. We'll graveyard that one. Okay, another Catacombs. They do have Fatal Push, which is a little bit awkward. Let's go Looting, which is a good draw. I think I'm just going to get rid of Push Land. Play a land and pass. And then next turn we can go either Dwarven Mind Creativity or just play out Fable. We can't Creativity if they hold up Fatal Push. 2 mana. Okay, they find another Overlord. If Ravenous Jupiter. Oh, so Vampire Hexmage Invasion of Ikoria. That's cool. They choose Vampire Hexmage. Hopefully they play it and then we can just Transmogrify. Yeah, they can play it if they play land. Chupacabra is an interesting one. Okay, so I'll just go and get Commercial District. Graveyard that one. Because Transmogrify can only target one thing, whereas Creativity you can play around removal by just targeting multiple creatures. Just gonna play the Fable here. Just go the mid-range plan. I do like that about this deck. We're able to just sort of go for a mid-range Fable sort of plan. Okay, they use up their push or a push. They may have another one, of course. That was the Misty. So I think they have Overgrown Tomb in hand and 3 unknowns because they have a Hex Mage. Oh, they can take the counts off the Overlord. That's cool. And it can attack already. Okay, that's pretty good. Fulminator Mage. So they're probably a Cauldron deck. Looks like a pretty sweet list. Okay, they take the Chupacabra. We're not blocking. Okay, so like a Thoughtseize effect. When this creature enters, if they lost life this turn, okay. So, I think I'm just gonna ditch Fable and then keep the looting because it lets us look at 1 extra card, or do I ditch Bitter Triumph as well and just accept that we die to the Overlord? I don't think so. I think I was going to ditch Fable. Okay, Creativity is obviously one of the best draws. So do we just Creativity on 1, they sack this, or do I... Well, looting doesn't really work. This is Creativity. Put an Archon into play. They do have the Chupacabra though. Oh no, they chose Hexmage, right? Maybe they do have a Chupacabra. Maybe should have played that a bit safer, because I could have just gone Bitter Triumph into looting. They can get the Chupacabra back as well. Yeah. Okay, that was pretty poor. I think they still have Ogre and Tomb in hand. Pretty cool deck. Might bring in Leyline of the Void here. Okay, they take a Chupacabra again. Okay, draw Arid Mesa. Okay, so we'll just go looting. Yuck. Okay, discard 2 lands, looting again. Okay, we do find a persist. Trouble is, we kind of need to kill the Overlord first. So if we go discard 1, 2, Bitter Triumph. I guess we can do that whenever. Because if we go persist now, they sack the elf. Okay, they just go Ravenous Chupacabra, kill this, we eat this and then persist. Chupacabra is obviously quite a lot of mana. I don't think they've thought seized us yet, so they might not be running that one. So yeah, Vampire Hexmage with Invasion just lets you cast the other side really quickly, and it's a massive dinosaur that gives all your creatures, not unblockable, but they can assign damage as if they weren't blocked. It does something else as well. Oh no, it's just that, but I think it is an 8/8. So if we pay 3, go to 5. We can obviously block here. Ooh, I'm not blocking here because... Ooh, could... Oh, no. I was going to say, could I have done that last turn? Okay, they play the Chupacabra again. But if we had that with haste, we could have... sorry, if we had the flipped Fable, we could have copied the Archon. So we'll just persist here. We go to 6. Draw a card. Okay, opponent gets Dryad Arbor. Poor Patch is pretty good. So I target enchantment, target you with flying. Draw a card, make a food. I'm going to keep hold of the land. Then we can go block, take. Block here, take 2, 3, take 5, live on 1. Okay, they do attack all. So we'll block the Hexmage. Go to 1. What have they drawn? Okay, so it's that one. So we go Paw Patch formation in response. I'm going to create a food token and draw a card. Food token pretty much just to gain us life at this point. Okay, we draw creativity, unfortunately. I mean, it's not too unfortunate. Right, so if we attack, they sacrifice this, we go to 4, but then we do still die. We can crack the food. So we go to 4, we go to 7. They only have 6 power, so again, yeah, we can do that. See what we draw as well. Oh, we draw persist, okay. Obviously that's pretty, well, it actually just kills the opponent. Yep. So, yeah, just drain them out. So, we want the Veil of Summer against the Terastodons and stuff. Tempted by Iona. I kind of want Leyline. I think, let me just check, because some things work through Leyline and some don't. And I'm not sure if Overlord is one. No, it's not, because Overlord of the Bailmerc. Balfour. Yeah, so some you can take from the milled cards, but Overlord isn't one of them. So do we want the Leyline of the Void? How good is something like Renin 6? It does kill Vampire Hex Mage. Do we just not care about the Overlord? Paw Patch can kill the Overlord, as can Bitter Triumph. Fatal Push isn't great here, although it does kill the Dork on turn 1. I'm going to cut one of these for one Iona, I think, because I'm worried about something like Necromentia. And then could trim a looting. We'll try that. Okay, so this has an easy mulligan. No lands to cast. Stuff way too slow. This is much. This is much better. I'm just gonna get rid of the looting. Again, play a bit more of a mid-range game. Got some early removal, which I'll use if they go for a Arbor Elf. Nope, we're on Utopia Sprawl. Let's go land go. Right, see what they do. They could have the... Okay, another Utopia Sprawl. But no follow-up. Let's go for... I think just a Raucous Theatre. Looting, or Graveyard Looting again. Okay, creativity's nice. Let's go Foothills. So our plan now is to just curve Fable into one of these. It's probably an Overlord hardcast. Yeah, turn 3 Overlord. They can hit Scavenging Ooze here. They do take the Ooze. Let's go District. Graveyard that one. Ren 6. Okay, just go. I think just Mountain. Play a Fable. pass the turn. And then hope we can just potentially creativity next turn. If we attack first. Oh, I've done that wrong. I didn't mean to fetch there. I should have shocked, so I could have made a token. Yeah, that was dumb. What do they take? They take the Chupacabra. Yeah, that was really stupid. So now we need to find... I mean, if we find a fetch land, that's still fine. Okay, we do find a fetch land, fortunately. So, yes, we'll discard Blood Crypt, Renin 6. Question is, do we wait? Go Bolt here, Besage. I think we do. We go Bolt here, Besage you this, and then next turn just win with a big creativity. Because otherwise, we just go put one Archon into play, and then they sack the Chupacabra, get it back with Overlord. Have they got another Chupacabra in there? Okay, Dryad Arbor. I am going to bolt here because they might have the we know they have skews. Yeah, they might have another Overlord. So we go and get Dwarven Mine. Put that. Then we'll go land. Dwarven Mine again, and then we'll just creativity both. Plays around a copy of Fatal Push at least. Note with creativity you can sometimes target your opponent's stuff if you're in a pinch. Obviously not always great. See if we hit the Iona here. We will name black. Okay, opponent just concedes. So yeah, like, we just go over the top of them, which is good. So yeah, we are 2-0. See you for round 3. Right, yep, be on the play here. And the hand is... yeah, the hand's good. We're going to need to find another land, but yeah, we'll definitely keep this. We get to go Thoughtseize on 1, and then adjust from there. So against blue, this is probably... this is oh yeah, this is Goryo's Vengeance. So they're going to go tap land on 1. I think I'm just going to take the counter spell. Wait, counter spell in Goryo's though. No point in taking Emperor. I can see taking any of these cards. I think I'm just going to take counter spell because I'm wanting to resolve this Fable on 3 really. Maybe it should have been Frog, because now they're just going to jam Frog on 2. If I'd been on the draw, I might have taken Frog. Okay, Bitter Triumph is a really nice draw, actually. If they play Emperor of Bones, I won't Bitter Triumph it. Okay, they just hold up. So that implies they probably... because they surveilled 1 on top. So that implies they've probably drawn another counterspell. Or well, they're just holding up Tainted Indulgence as well. Let's go commercial district. Gonna look for faithless looting. I'm gonna graveyard that one, I think. Really want another land. Yep, there we go. So do we play Fable? Yeah, I think so. I think we're just jamming Fable. If they counter it, at least they don't Tainted Indulgence. Do we need multiple black? I think I'm just going to get Mountain here. Maybe we do want multiple black to play around a... Yeah, I'm just going to get another Blood Crypt. Because there might come a turn where we want to double Persist, or Persist plus Bitter Triumph. And the next land... Let's see what they discard. They discard Troll of Khazad-dûm. Okay, so that implies they're a Persist deck. Rather than a... yeah, rather than a Goryo's, I think. Okay, there's the frog. See what we draw. Thoughtseize is good. Yeah, we're going to discard here. I'm just going to discard both Persists, I think. So we can go Thoughtseize, or we could just try and Transmogrify. Transmogrify is bad into... Transmogrify is bad into... They haven't got Fatal Push Up. They could have Force of Negation. So do we go... I think I'm just going to go Thoughtseize first and then just kill this. Because this isn't a creativity, we can't... This isn't... Yeah, we can't target the treasure token. We could try and attack and see if they block. I think I'm just going to Thoughtseize. I think I'm going to run... they did Surveil to the top. I think I'm going to try and play around a Force of Negation here. Okay, they don't have it, so yeah, should have just gone for it. It's going to take... It's either Indulgence or Persist. I think I'm just taking Persist. I think I played a bit scared there. I'm going to go to combat and attack. If they don't block here, they do block. So I'm actually just going to kill this. Okay, so they discard an Emperor, so they have 3 cards left. I'm just going to Bitter Triumph. Although, how big is Troll? 6/5. So I don't really want to go down that low on life. So I'm just going to discard the Poor Patch, I think. Yeah, maybe should have just made them have it here. Play my land and then pass. Because, yeah, if we'd have... I mean, we get quite a lot of cards out of their hand there. Okay, the Indulgence first. They ditch a counter spell. Okay, so Dwarven Mine's quite good. So now we're going to go Dwarven Mine, make a token, Transmogrify. put the Archon into play. Lightning Bolt is actually a really nice draw against all their Emperor of Bones. Don't know. Let me know what if you'd have done something different last turn. I don't know. Obviously we're not familiar with the deck. They are a persist deck. I'd imagine there's an Archon in there somewhere, unless they're just on. I can't believe they're just persisting Troll. Okay, they have Bitter Triumph as well. Another Fable. So we'll play that. Yeah, we'll just make another treasure. Attack for 4. Okay. Opponent at 8, so we do have the win next turn with this Lightning Bolt. They finally find their land. Right, so we need to actually wait on this bolt. Okay, they target the Archon. So we could have done it before, but then they would have just adapted and kept it. Okay, so what do we like here? We like Veil of Summer. Potentially Leyline of the Void. It stops them flying the frog. They are a persist deck. I probably want that. I like all the removal. Are we meant to go down on the persist plan? I don't think so. Fable is good. Oh, Abrupt Decay is alright as well against Frog. Trim a Paw Patch. So the Paw Patch can destroy Archon or Frog. Bolt isn't great. Maybe we just trim the lootings. That is our main way to turn on persist. Maybe we're meant to trim persists. If we want to bring in ley lines, maybe ley lines not great here. Maybe we just trim one persist, or let's trim one bolt. We'll try that. Although I probably should be bringing in ley lines here. Okay, so we have Ren and Sink. Yeah, this hand's good. I guess if we bring in ley lines, we probably don't want to cut Faithless Looting. Ability to cycle them away. Just going to go Raucous Theatre. Graveyard that one. Probably just try and jam Ren and 6 next turn. Okay, opponent surveils an Archon into the graveyard. If they have the persist, I'll probably just concede. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I should be bringing in ley lines here. So I could looting looking for a... Okay, we find Thoughtseize anyway. Let's just go Thoughtseize. Harbinger of the Seas. Okay, they do have an Emperor of Bones. which we can't currently answer. I think I'm just taking Harbinger. Let's just take the Harbinger land. I'm gonna shock because we might need to get this Wren and 6 in. And we're looting, discarding 1. They have Emperor of Bones is the trouble with discarding these, and we can't currently kill an Emperor of Bones. I don't think I can discard this Archon. Oh, they have an Archon anyway. So maybe I was meant to just take the Emperor as the card they could play. But if they find a land, we just can't beat the... Okay, they find Persist. So I'm going to ditch the Fable and then hope to draw a Persist of our own. Veil. Well, that stops the trigger at least. I don't know if we have another... I don't know if we have another green source to get with this Wren and 6 though. But we need a... Let me just check if we have another red source. Right, so no, we don't have another green source. Green, not red. So I think I just need to surveil. Well, we'll top that one. And then I'm just going to pass the turn. I think we're just going to let the Archon attack and not bother with Veil of Summer. And then I'll just discard a Wren and 6 here, I think. Oh, I probably should have discarded a Creativity. But I want to be able to persist our Archon around a counter spell. If we can resolve Archon here, it's really good. Yeah, Veil of Summer. Draw Thoughtseize. We'd love to draw a land for this Thoughtseize. Well, that is a land. I will play it because it gives us a creature in case they find Archon. Okay, they Bitter Triumph. They do have Fatal Push. Is a problem. You can get a Watery Grave. Well, they play it tapped, and that's going to cost them a little bit here, especially since we now have Blood Crypt. So I think we just... there's no reason to not attack first, so I'll just hit them for 1. Oh, did they discard? Oh, they discarded the push. Okay. So there's Creativity here. This is our last Archon. Oh, we draw another Persist though. Is it our last Archon? 1, 2. No, we do have one more. Land, Thoughtseize. Emperor. Oh, Emperor is. Is that just lethal? We're at 6. They Emperor the Archon. Yeah, Okay, unfortunately that does get there. Yeah, because they just go Emperor of the Archon. That's, yeah, somewhat unfortunate. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in all the ley lines, and then I'll just trim the bolts because they're less good. If we hit ley line, then Emperor of Bones doesn't do a great deal, although they can obviously target our stuff. What else? Veil of Summer was really good there. Bitter Triumph is fine. Decay is good. Do you want to trim Fable or Renin 6? Trim one Renin 6, one Fable. Split the difference. Obviously, like Renin 6 on the play. Yep, play first. Our hand is pretty bad. Gonna mulligan. Into an even worse one, unfortunately. This is okay. We'll keep it, and we're going to keep this and this. We need to put 2 on the bottom. I want to turn 1 looting. I think I'm just going to put the lands on the bottom. Looting on turn 1 after mulligan is obviously a little bit awkward. Discard 1. I think I'm keeping the creativity. Obviously, if we draw persist, that's ideal. Another looting. I think I'm just going to Thought Seize here. So they have persist, Harbinger. The hand's quite good. Trouble is we can't take the Harbinger because they just persist it next turn. That's true of quite a lot of their spells. I'm just going to take the counter spell. I think I am going to looting. Get rid of these 2. But they're just going to play the frog. So now we really need to draw persist. Find Dwarven Mine. Okay. We probably just lose because now they're just going to jam the Harbinger. They even found the basic swamp to go with it. Yeah. So maybe should have kept bolts in. Oh, we found the fetch land as well. Looting, see if we can find anything. Obviously looking for Fable now. Okay, we'll move on. I feel like we got a little bit unlucky there. Should have brought in ley lines in game 2 as a mistake. And then we kind of mulliganed a 5-lander into a 1-land, which was Beseiju. And then kept a bit of a ropey. If we found persist in any of that, we're probably fine. But yeah, there we go. And then obviously game 2, we sort of brought it back, and then the opponent had 2 Emperor of Bones and the mana to use it. So right, well, this is busted if we can get it going, because it's turn 1 Faithful Looting, turn 2 Persist Archon. So yeah, hammer the keep button. Obviously, if this folds to, it doesn't fold, we still have some decent, we have a backup creativity. But yeah, something like Spell Snare is bad. Force of Negation. Opponent's mulliganing to 5. Okay, so it's Zoo. So fortunately, our cards are sacrifice effects. So if they have the Scion, okay, they're on the Chocobo build. so I'm just going to go land, looting. Just discard, obviously Archon. I think it's then just Dwarven Mine. How good is Thoughtseize going to be? Dwarven Mine. Like Persist gets stubborn denialed. We might want to go Ren and 6. Thoughtseize Ren and 6 the turn after. Just get so 1/1 counter every time you get landfall. So if they double fetch, this will be a 3/4. Can't imagine they don't block here. Sorry, if they don't fetch. They don't. Okay. Carvu. Just go land. Persist. This gets the last card out of their hand anyway. It's a Flage. So there's no way we block here. Oh, that's rough. When it finds Leyline Binding. So now they get to go attack, exile, probably looting. And we need a couple turns in order to creativity a dwarf. Is it worth playing Ren? I don't think I want to no, I don't think I want to go that low on life. Boseiju is also a good find here. Boseiju, the Leyline Binding. Opponent thinking on their Surveil land. They're looking for just, I guess, things like Stubborn Denial. They thought on the land. I guess they might want to work towards Flage. They do get to see quite a lot of cards. No attacks. Wonder if that was a Modo misclick. Get a commercial district. I'm going to put that on top and then we'll just go for it 2 turns in a row. Next turn we can Thoughtseize and then go for it even. Creativity. Okay, that just resolves. Opponent discarded Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Have a fair amount of zoo stuff on the channel if that's of interest. I really like the deck. I think it's really quite well positioned at the moment. In fact, I think it's now potentially even number 2 on Goldfish. Lots of people playing it. But yeah, this game is, I think, 100%. Given our hand, I don't think they have any outs. Because let's say they draw Leyline Binding, we just go creativity again. Okay, so Abrupt Decay is okay. Don't think we want ley lines here. They're probably bringing in some counter spells. Lightning Bolt isn't great. I kind of want Veil of Summer. because I usually on stub. I don't think we need to bring in any of the extra creatures. Maybe we just bring in a veil and keep in one bolt. See how that goes. I like having access to Paw Patch Formation because it can destroy Leyline Binding or the Leyline of the Guild Pact. Okay, what do we think about this hand? It's okay. I'm going to keep it. It has early removal. Probably lead with Raucous Theatre. Opponent does have Leyline. If they play a creature on one, we're not... Okay, so I think I just push that at sorcery speed to play around Stubborn Denial. Sometimes Zoo keeps a 2-lander. Sorry, a 1-lander with a Ragavan. See if they do have the Scion here. We're not too bad into Scion. Obviously, like I say, we do have the sacrifice element to our deck. If they just pass here, that's really good for us. Something like a Carvu is a little bit awkward. Okay, they play Spell Bomb and pass. So I think I'm just going to surveil. Okay, given that they've just played the Spell Bomb and passed, I'm just going to go Fable into Fable and see what happens. Like, we're under not a lot of pressure at the moment. They do shock in a Steam Vents. I suppose they could have Stub. What's this? They dash a Ragavan. Okay, so they saw we put something on top with the Raucous Theatre. But they obviously can't cast that. They have one card in hand, plus the Ragavan. They do have obviously a Spell Bomb that they can draw from. 2 mana. Oh, they have found the Scion. Okay, Thoughtseize. Bit late. Let's just go land. I think. So if we go to, they're hitting us for 6 a turn, so going to 13 is okay. Yeah, and I want access to green mana in case we draw Boseiju or Paw Patch Formation. I think we're blocking. Oh, so blocking Ragavan here, it has First Strike and Trample, so all it does is prevent them from getting a treasure and the look at the top of our deck. Is that worth it? I think it probably is, although if we draw Creativity, I think I'm just going to block. They could find Thoughtseize or... Well, Thoughtseize isn't too bad, but they could find Push. So now we really need to find There's Archon. So we're going to force them to pop the spell bomb here. Yeah, so go Archon, Proving Ground. Okay, so let's go Persist. We can do this again next turn because we've drawn the looting. Okay, so yeah, they pop the spell bomb. They're going to draw the card. Okay, so we'll go land. If we go to 7 from the Thoughtseize. Oh, they have Tribal Flames. Okay, so we have to take the Tribal Flames to not just die. And then they can attack for 6. We go to 1. Looting now. Discard Archon. Renin 6. If they give us a chance to block, do we block? Does it matter going to 2 rather than 1? Okay, they don't dash the Ragavan. I guess they're holding up fire magic so that if we've drawn creativity. Oh, they drew Flage. Okay, well, we were 1 turn too slow. Like next turn we just persist the Archon, pretty much win the game. If they dashed Ragavan they would have hit. Don't know. Okay, so anything we want to change? Don't think so. Maybe we're meant to keep Lightning Bolt in for Ragavan. Is Renin 6 that good here? Yeah, I think I'm going to cut some Renin 6s for luck. Actually, Renin 6... That's fine. Okay, well this is, again, it's a mid-range hand that needs to find... We kind of need to find Archon. But we've got good removal into anything except Leyline Scion, which they don't have this time, fortunately. Pass the turn. One thing I like about this deck is you never have to worry about which fetch lands you play. They all fetch mountain. Ragavan. Okay, so it's going to abrupt decay that. We'll go and get no, let's get Rocks Theatre. Obviously, if we dump Archon into the grave. Okay, yeah. And that's another good thing about this deck, obviously. Just the ability to sometimes just cheese them out. Pass the turn. Yeah, what's that? We have 4 in the deck, so it's 1 in 12 or so we had there to get that. Play a land first in case we need to abrupt decay. No. Okay. Just swing for 5. I don't even think I play the Fable. What do we lose to here? I guess they could go Bolt here, dash Ragavan, find removal spell. I'm gonna play the Fable. I guess it's bad into stub, but okay. Oh, I suppose one thing they can do is go just Tribal Flames the Archon next turn. But if that's their plan, then casting Fable was correct. I think that's probably what they have actually. Okay, they decide that's just enough. So, and getting the stub out was actually good for this creativity potentially next turn as well. So we are 3-1. Let's play the 5th and final round. On the draw here for round number 5, gonna keep this though. Turn to Renin 6, and we have a Fatal Push. We kind of want to see creatures style decks, or like this hand's quite mid-rangey. We do have the Transmogrify. Okay, looks like it's energy. Ragavan? Yeah. So I'd love to be on the play for this Renin 6 to ping off the Ragavan. Okay, creativity. So I'm going to have to lead with Wooded Foothills here. And then we'll just fetch a Blood Crypt. And push Ragavan. Looks like it's energy. Don't know how we are against energy. Oh, Saga. Okay. Wasn't expecting that one. Cookbook. Are we getting Asmode? They have the Oval Chase. Okay, they do have Asmo. So we'd quite like to draw push, I guess. Or Bolt. Besiege is an interesting one. Let's go Commercial District. I mean, that destroys Saga next turn. But we're going to be playing Renin 6. Is that too slow? I'm going to graveyard that one. Because next turn I want to go Renin 6, just start working our way up to Transmogrify. I say quite a bit and it's not really very helpful, but this game on the play would have just been insane. Because we would have just gone turn 2 ping with Renin 6, turn 3 push or Besiege or whatever. Okay, so let's go Renin 6. Could go Fable with that, but let's buy back the Foothills. Actually, how big are these Saga tokens going to be? 1, 2. I might even just die to this Saga token. Actually, I guess as well. Because of Asmo, our creativity or Transmogrify is not going to resolve. Because they can just sacrifice 2 foods to kill it. Yeah, in fact, yeah, I'm just going to concede here. Yeah. Okay. So we don't want Leyline against that. So Decay is fine. Brotherhood's End is good. Push is good. We see Ragavan. Thoughtseize isn't great, I don't think. Veil of Summer, what do we see? I don't know. Yeah, it works against Asmo. All the rest of it is fine. Do we want to change an Archon? Probably not. Triumph. Let's bring in a Veil. No. Maybe keep him one Thoughtseize. I think that's fine. Okay. So yes, I will keep this. We'll play Dwarven Mine on 1 and then just fetch Shock. Fetch a Stomping Ground for Ren and 6. So we have answers to quite a lot, and then just a Fable to try and sculpt our hand. Obviously, if they play Ragavan, we're just going to shoot with Ren and 6. One red mana. Yep, that's pretty good for us. So we draw another Dwarven Mine. So let's go Stomping Ground, Ren, kill the Ragavan, pass. They may of course have something like Lightning Bolt. Arena of Glory. It's a Flage deck. Inti. Okay. Probably going to kill the Ren and 6 now. Yeah, but that's okay. Magus of the Moon. Okay. Magus of the Moon not amazing against us. Mox Opal. Creativity is interesting. So let's just go. I think we lead off with a looting. Because we really want to find more lands. So what do we discard now? I think it's just Fable. Fable Blood Crit. No, Fable this. Play the land. Pass the turn. And then we'll wait until the... Oh, hold on. If they discard a card. Okay, we'll see if we want to be pushing this. Am I going to use a bolt or a push is the question. I guess if they go Street Wraith, whenever you discard... Oh no, you didn't get a +1/+1. I'm just going to go Bolt. I suppose Push is better against Magus of the Moon. So Bolt is better against Magus of the Moon. Hopefully they just play another Inti or something. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Just use the Mox Opal to play Asmo, and then we can Creativity Ether Vial. Okay. So we get to put an Archon into play. We know they have yeah, Oval Chase in hand. They can kill the Archon with Asmo. Okay, Saga is fine. Monument. Okay. Whenever you discard create treasure, draw a card. Okay, sure. So they draw a card, they got one card in hand. They can't discard any more though. Okay, we draw another Dwarven Mine. So let's go to combat first. The discard doesn't matter. Ooh. Them discarding a card, they do get to do stuff with Endure at Monument. They gain 3 life. We do get to gain quite a lot of life. Go to 8. I'm going to go Dwarven Mine here and then just flashback looting. Looking for, okay, we find another persist. I'm just going to discard both these lands. Pass the turn, hold up, push. Obviously Brotherhood's End is also a very good draw. I don't actually know if I can fetch untapped black for double persist if we need it. I don't think we will need it, but opponent has 2 cards in hand. We're good against an Inti. We're fine against a Ragavan. We're fine against Asmo. They do have Urza's Saga. Flayed. Okay. So I could push here to stop them gaining the life, but I don't think that's worth it. Well, no, because they can food token to live anyway. Another push. Well, we'll just go straight to combat. Attack. They put a creature in. I suppose they might as well. Wonder if they'll make a construct as well. But we do have double push, so. Oh, I should have. Oh no, it doesn't matter because it's this turn anyway. Okay, they draw the card, but they're going to have to discard it immediately. Oh no, because they can bring back the Oval Chase. See what they sack. Sack the Inti. We draw Fable. So we could try and high roll fetching a Archon into the graveyard, but I think I want Revolt for push on Flage. So I'm just going to play... I think we've discarded a Blood Crypt. Which is a little bit awkward here if we need to double push. So yeah, if I had pushed on that dwarf, would have been pretty good. Don't know what they go and get here. I wonder if I meant to crack my fetch to play around Pithing Needle, but I don't think so. So we do want Revolt, but... Right, so yeah, see what this Saga... Yeah, I imagine... What did they get? They got Mox Amber. Okay. We have 3 cards in hand. Asmo is we don't care too much about Asmo. It's probably haste. Yep. Would have been better if we could have fetched the Blood Crypt to double push, but I don't think we run 3 of them. Okay, there's Flage. We'll let them deal the damage because they might go after the Archon. Magus, okay, so that is a problem. Yeah, because we don't have untapped black. So I think we have to let Flage resolve. Graveyard looting. Now, the opponent doesn't have any more mana, so I could just push Flage here. If we push Flage and then I'll have a token anyway, I think I'm just going to do that. It will have haste, but we do live, so... I think that's correct. Oh, we do have a goblin able to make us a treasure. This isn't lethal. They have 3 cards but no mana. So I think we should be fine. I'm not going to block here, take 11. Yep. Okay. So, I still don't think we want Leyline. Could consider Iona. No, I think this is fine. Just submit. Right, what do we think about this? It does have Brotherhood's End in and Looting and Bolt. Yeah, okay. We're in for this one. Probably lead on Basic Mountain. I don't think we're looting on 1. Probably save those. Although we might need to look for a 3rd land. But the plan here is, okay, they do have the Asmo. So I'm just going to go bolt this. Right. Yeah, we'll just go bolt, pass. But it's 3 cards in hand. So the idea now is to just go Ziatoras. If we don't draw a land, I'll looting look for a land. And then just try and Brotherhood's End on turn 3, wipe all their artifacts. That turns on Mox Opal. They have 2 cards in hand. They can make a construct next turn. Another Opal. 1 card in hand. Oh, is this? Okay, Ragavan. They hit Lightning Bolt, which they could cast. I would quite like to draw that one. Wonder if they'll bolt off face. Yep, okay, that's fine. Okay, we draw Abrupt Decay. Really looking for lands now. Still no land. This is getting a bit ropey. I'm going to discard Decay. 1 copy of Looting. I think just Fable. Play the land and pass, because we really would like to hit our untapped land next turn. Like if they just go make a construct. Oh, they do get to put Ragavan in, that's quite cool. So they make a construct. See what they go and get. Got 1 card in hand. Grafdigger's Cage, that's fine. So just a point of note here, Grafdigger's Cage does not stop. Okay, they get rid of a non-land. It doesn't stop creativity because the creature enters from exile. So we're at 13. We really need an untapped land. Still no. So you go Ren and 6 ping. I think I'm going to looting though. Okay, we find a land. So let's discard 1, 2. This is a 6. I think we want to go land. Yes. Ren and 6. Ping Ragavan, and then next turn, as long as we're alive, please don't have Inti. This is bad. So that's 8. They can make another one for 9. They can discard a card for 10, and then we just die. God, missing that 3rd land was just brutal. Hopefully they attack Ren and 6. Us. Okay, they do attack Ren and 6. That's good for us because I think it gives us another turn. We go to 4. They find a land, which is good, and then we're just going to kill all of their artifacts. And then we take 3 next turn, and then we can push. Yeah, missing that land on turn 3 was pretty huge. We have the answer to this into. I would imagine they'll discard to put us to 1. Hopefully they haven't drawn Ragavan. Dead to Ragavan, dead to Bolt. They've drawn something. Yikes. Okay, well, I think we got a little bit unlucky in that last one, honestly. Not finding the untapped land with, the looting and lots of being on the draw, lots of draws. Had lots of looks at it, but deck felt really good. Yeah, I think it's still a contender. I'd like to play it against Energy a bit more. But yeah, let me know what you thought, if you had any comments or whatever. But yeah, I'll see you again soon. Cheers.